Our movie's beings with Renee, who lacks self-esteem and hates how she looks. She goes to a gym and meets Mallory, who has the body of the perfect model. Renee gets surprised knowing that it's Mallory's first day at the gym, and she has this body gifted. Renee exercises on a fitness bike, but the chair breaks, causing he to fall and hits her vagina. She limps out of the gym and walks in the streets with torn pants. Renee has a tough life because of lacking self-confidence. When she goes to a clothing shop, she doesn't find her size, and the toddlers cry when they see her. When she goes home, she stares in the mirror and hates her body figure. Renee works at the online department of Leclerc for beauty products. The place where she works at is separated from the main building of the company in a small room. She works with Mason, who doesn't like socializing and a weirdo. When she finishes her shift, she spends her time with her friends, Vivi and Jane. She does their make with Leclerc's high-end products because she gets a plenty of them recalled. They go online and see the competitors' websites. Seeing that they use exquisite models, it makes Renee feels like Leclerc can't compete, and she freaks out. She tells her friends that girls who are using filters always end up with hot dates, but the genuine pictures don't get any likes or attention on social media. Jane encourages her to take photos together and post them online to see what happens. On the following day, Renee goes to her work and finds Mason pants less. He tells her that he spilled salad dressing on himself. He also tells her that the servers are down, and she needs to hand Leclerc a few reports printed since they can't use the email. Renee freaks out because she's not in a good shape to go there, but Mason gives her a pep talk, but he overdoes it and makes her scared. Later, Renee goes to Leclerc's main building and head to the reception desk. She hands the reports and sees Avery Leclerc. She envies the receptionist that she works here, but she tells Renee that she's just an intern filling in, and the company looks to hire someone for that job. Avery attends a meeting with her granny, Lily Leclerc, and a few employees. The atmosphere gets dark because Avery isn't well prepared for the big pitch to the Target event, and also that the product doesn't fit the mid-range with the price of the quality. Renee reviews the receptionist requirements to apply for it. She figures out that many conditions fit her, but not the part of being stylish and self-esteemed. She gets frustrated and goes to the supermarket, and there she meets Mallory, who gets hit on by men usually. Renee envies her for that, wishing that she can be as beautiful as her, so she can get asked out by men too. Later at night, Renee drinks wine and watches a movie about a kid's wish come true. She gets inspired and goes outside, though it rains heavily. She goes to a fountain and tosses a coin there and makes her wish, saying she wishes that she was beautiful. She checks herself at her pocket mirror, but nothing changes. On the following day at the gym, she sits on the bike to exercise. The trainer gives a pep talk about making miracles come true. Renee gets overexcited and paddles faster, and suddenly head feet slip of the paddles, causing her to hit her head hard on the floor and faints, and also her hair sticks into the wheel in tears. Moments later, Renee wakes up and falls into a delusion that her wish has come true. She sees herself the most beautiful girl in the world, though nothing changed. She tells the receptionist to check out her new boobs and ass. The poor receptionist doesn't know how to react. The Renee goes out of the gym, struts and screams in joy. Later, she sees a model and tells her that they're both lucky that any dress can fit them. Then she passes by constructors in the street. One of them whistles to the other, and she thinks that he flirts with her. She goes to Leclerc and applies for the receptionist position. Later, she meets her friends in the bar and expects them not to recognize her after her new look. They get confused of how she reacts, but they don't tell her about that nothing has changed. On the following day, Renee calls Mason and acts sick, so she doesn't go to work today, though she's bad at acting. She's at the dry cleaner in a line and waits for her turn. A man called Ethan is behind her, and she notices that he doesn't have a queue number. She hands him one, and he asks for her queue number. She thinks that he's asking for her phone number, and she forces him to trade their number, and the poor man gets confused. Later, she goes to a cafe with her friends, and they check out the likes on the photos they posted. They didn't get any single like, and Renee tells them that it's because of her old self. She insists to take new photos of her new self. Her friends don't understand her point and are confused. On the following day, Renee goes for the interview in Leclerc. Avery and the HR have her and thinks that she's not qualified, but Renee starts talking with unusual self-confidence, making Avery hires her. Renee gets into the elevator and screams out joy that she's hired finally. She goes to Mason when he's in the bathroom to tell him that she will leave him working alone. The poor Mason is afraid to let her hear the splash, so he finds a hard time get her to go away. The first day of the new job comes. Renee is in a short skirt and confidently walks in the lobby. She excels at her new job, and Grant Lyclyer notices her. He gets blown away with her self-esteem. Later, she goes to serve drinks in the meeting room. She accidentally bumps into an employee, causing the beauty product to fall on the ground. She picks it up and says that she can't find the application brush. Avery makes fun of her that she doesn't know this product doesn't include the brush. Renee tells her that the mid-range customers will be frustrated when they open this product and don't find a brush, saying they need to put their blush on the way to their jobs. Avery likes how Renee thinks and starts taking notes. Later, Renee goes home after her shift ends. She stares in the mirror and likes how she sees herself. Then she calls Ethan and asks him to go out, though he doesn't. He remembers her. On the following day, they get to know about each other. Then they go to a bad, and Renee participates in a bikini contest. She folds her cloths so she can take a part and gets on the stage. The other hot girls in bikinis dance and show off their hot bodies. When it's Renee's turn, she grabs the mic and the audience seems upset of how she looks. But she energizes the atmosphere and starts dancing sexy. Eventually, the audience likes how fierce and self-esteemed she is. They give it up hard for her and think she will win, but the MC's niece wins undeservingly. On the following day, while Renee is having her lunch break, Avery comes and asks her for an advice with her new line. Avery likes how smart and confident Renee is and asks her to have dinner together, and Renee can grab her boyfriend after work. Renee meets Ethan after he finished his Zumba class for today. Then they go to a park and he tells her that he ain't perfect like how she is. He keeps brining up her flaws and self-confidence, making Renee falls for him, and they kiss. Later, they go to her place. She gets totally naked with no body shaming at all. They get on the bed and start kissing. Whenever Ethan turns the lights off, Renee turns the on back because she wants to see him. When they're having sex, Renee keeps looking to herself in the mirror, admiring how she looks. Days later, Renee goes with her boyfriend to meet the Leclerc family. Lely starts liking her self-confidence, and Avery asks her to fly with her to Boston so they can do the pitch of Target together there. Later, Renee goes with her friends to a Chinese bar. She expects the doorman to lead them where the speakeasy is, but he doesn't because Renee and her friends look normal. They sit at a normal table, then Renee sees two hot models that knows them from Leclerc. She lets her friends sitting alone and goes with the models to the speakeasy, leaving her friends upset with her. The days go by and Renee got changed to a different person. She spends her time with the models instead of her real friends. Also, she treats people according to how they look. When she meets her old friends in the bar, she gets to know that they brought guys to have fun together. But Renee makes her friends embarrassed in front of the guys, and the friends get fed up with her. The flight day comes, and Renee gets in Leclerc private jet. She meets Avery, and she tells Renee that she wants to make her the vice president. Renee gets excited and sees Grant sneaking into the jet. He tells her that he doesn't want to let her sister know that he is going with them. They land in Boston and checks in a hotel. Grant goes to Renee's room and tries to kiss her, but she snaps out of it when she sees her boyfriend's message. She goes to the shower room and doesn't like who she's become. Grant tells her that the food arrived, and unfortunately, she hits her head on the glass wall and faints for hours. When she wakes up, the delusion disappears. She goes to the lobby and meets Mason, who is working in the Target as a technician. He tells her that her head's bleeding. She looks at herself in the mirror, and she doesn't see herself beautiful again. She cries and panics, and hands Mason the iPad that has everything for the presentation, saying that she can't do it. Then she flies back home in desperation. She doesn't stand looking at herself in the mirror and drinks a lot. When wakes up, she finds out Avery's missing calls and sent Renee a voice note telling her that she will need her in a giant launch event. Renee ignores it and accidentally accepts a video call from Ethan. She hides under the table and he asks her for a date this SIT. Renee gets drunk and goes to see her friends, but they don't accept it when she apologizes from them of what she did. On SIT, she goes to a restaurant where Ethan is, but she doesn't let him see her, but he does when she sits at the bar. She tells him that he deserves a better woman and breaks up with him, thinking that she isn't beautiful enough for him. Later, she tries to repeat the accident at the gym, but it doesn't work out. She sees Mallory crying in the changing room because her boyfriend dumped her. She tells her how a girl like her can be dumped and make her feel better. Mallory tells her that she's auditioning for Leclerc event for modeling. She follows her there in a janitor disguise. She gets to know that they want to hire a hot model for the event. Then she makes up her mind that she will do it herself. She calls her friends to attend the event, and she sneaks into there with Mason's help. When the event starts, she takes over the stage and shows two pictures of her before and after the accident. Then she tries to use them as a demonstration for the product goal. The audience gets confused because she looks identical in the two photos. Renee turns around and notices the bitter truth. She realizes that all what was changed was her self-esteem, and it made her look beautiful back then. She makes Mason plays a video of her friends and the normal-looking women and girls, saying they need to be self-confident and stop the body shaming, and everyone should be proud of who she is. And this product is meant to be for who's proud of herself. The audience gets emotional and Avari as well. Then Renee goes to Ethan and wins his heart back, and later she goes to the gym and full of self-esteem. She realizes now that beauty is iridescent. It depends on how you see it.